All right. So anyway, so you started talking about your military background and how you got into the field. But can you elaborate a little bit more about your origin story and how you got started?
Yeah, so I actually started off by I went to one of these technical schools, one of those smaller technical schools called Remington College. I actually didn't know what I wanted to do when I graduated high school. I That's why I ended up joining the Army. So I went out there, listening to those commercials, be all you can
Be
be.
all you can be.
Yeah, and so I took a chance or whatever, and they provided a lot of resources to help you move your education forward, especially the Army. I don't know about other branches as much, but I know in the Army they do have that post 9/11 GI Bill, and
Hmm.
just all those resources you can get to help you get into school, as well as with the online training and all that stuff, as well as the money they give you for the stipends. But
Right.
anyway, so I went to Remington College because I didn't score high enough for my ACT. I guess I mean I probably could have got into a traditional, but I was going to end up paying.
Right. Right.
So I and then also I was gonna have to, cause I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't that good. I didn't take school too serious, high school too serious. I was one of those joker type of guys, and so it bit me in the butt later on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I was gonna end up having to take a lot of almost high school courses in college and pay for those in order to eventually get a degree. So that's why I went to Remington College, because they offered a program, and I scored high enough on that test to actually get into the program. And it was a computer networking program. I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I just seen actually a friend of mine was in this course already, and he was
Hmm.
like, "Hey, you should try out tech or networking." And I said, okay. I mean, I always worked around with computers at the house, or played around with computers at the house.
Yeah.
I wasn't, yeah, and tinkering around with it and all that stuff. But I was like, hey, let me just try it. So I signed up for it. And one of those type of schools, they it's almost like walking on a car dealership. They're really just trying to get your money and get
Yep.
you into this thing, because it ended up being a lot of money in the end of it. Once I realized I got a associate's degree though,
Hmm.
they gave me a computer, and obviously that's tied to the tuition. That's part of the bill. And But one good thing about that school, I'm one of those people that have to do things in order to fully grasp it and fully understand it and fully be able to apply it.
Yeah.
Well, they had a lot of hands-on training when it came to setting up server, especially once we got into the computer portions and the programming portions. It was a lot of hands-on, walking us through how all this stuff works, especially like setting up Windows servers. It was like Windows Server 2003 at the time, so that kind of shows my age. But yeah, that that was cool, and that's the type of person I am. I have to learn that way,
Yeah.
and I still learn that way to this day. I have to actually do it in order to fully get it and comprehend it and everything. But so I finished that school, and it was 2-year degree. I finished 2007, and I just started applying. My wife is actually from Las Vegas. That's kind of how I ended up out here. But
Hmm.
I started applying in Las Vegas, and I started getting like a whole bunch of hits with just that associate's degree,
Hmm.
and I landed a systems administration job, or a network administration job, and that's really how I got into IT. Once I got into that, I just been running ever since.